أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي Rabbi zidni ilman ajma'in. We pray to Allah to make this a beneficial lesson. We ask Allah for strength and energy. We ask Allah for forgiveness. We ask Allah to make it possible for us to benefit from this lesson. And we also ask Allah to take the hardship away from the believers all around the world. And we ask Allah to make us among His righteous slaves. So inshallah we start off today's lesson by looking at an important surah, alright, which is Surah Quraysh. Okay, for the brothers who have joined us today in this lesson, new in this lesson, so what we do is we look at a surah, alright. First we try and read the surah. Number two, we try look at all the tajweed that's in the surah. Okay, and number three, we also look at the meaning of the surah. And after that, I ask everyone to individually read the surah. Okay, inshallah. So what happens is that in the first week, if you make a mistake or something, don't worry about it. As long as you've learnt it, that's good. And then next week, we're going to listen to you and then inshallah help inshallah everyone to read this surah. Okay, so now I'm going to read the surah inshallah and we're going to take the tajweed as it comes along inshallah. Okay, so أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف. So let's look at the first two verse. Yeah. So لإيلاف قريش. Is there any tajweed in there, brothers? Anything that you've noticed? Yeah. So the first one we got la. Can see after lam there is a short there is a line there. So what is that one? What do we call that one? Taken that term. You're stretching. So what do we say? Short. Does anybody remember? Short alif. Okay? Short alif. So what we have got here, yeah, is after lam we got alif here. Can you see that one? So that's the reason we read it as li'ilafi Quraysh. Okay? Does anybody know what there's another term for it? It is a mad. Good, mashallah. Well done. Barakallah fi. Okay? So li'ilafi Quraysh. Okay? So there's the lam that is being stretched. Okay? By the way, before we go into that one, so whatever you've got with this Hamza here, does anybody noticed? So we got li ilafi. Okay, that's a very interesting one. I'll use black color. Okay. So anybody noticed anything? Okay. So we got what letter is this one? First one, brothers? Lam and alif, right? Lam and alif. Okay. So now we got the lam first, all right, and then alif. Okay. So lam has got a kasra, right? So lam kasra li, right? But what about this one here? Does anybody know? So this is basically like this. Okay? Alif kasra E. Good, mashallah. Well, alif kasra E. Now, but in this case, because we can't write it like this. So we got lam, right? And then we got the alif with the kasra. Yeah? We can't write it like this, can we? Can we write it like this? Does it look good? So we've got lam kasra ali and then alif kasra e. Can we write it like this? No, this is not the way to write it. Okay, so that's why we write it like this. Okay, so the first letter takes a kasra and the second letter takes a kasra as well. But in this case, this is an alif. Remember, lam and alif is a combination of two letters. Correct, brothers? Lam and alif is a combination of how many letters? Two letters. In this is a qaida lesson. We don't want to go too deep into it. There's something called special combination. Does anyone know about special combinations? Anybody heard about special combination? No? Try and think, brothers. So special combination, okay, I'll quickly explain. When you join two letters, they don't take a same shape, they take a different shape. I'll give you an example. The minute I give you this example, everyone's going to be, oh, I know this. Okay? But maybe I'm just using terms. But so now look at this one, brothers. Which letter is this one? Fa. Okay? Which letter is this one? Ya. Okay? So we've got two letters, fa and ya. And I want to join these two letters. Alright? Anybody would think is like this? Anybody would think normally I would do this business. Fa and ya. Is this wrong? Is this wrong, brothers? No, it isn't wrong. It's correct. It's fine. But we don't write it like this. We write it like this. Do we? This is how you see in the Quran, don't we? Yeah? So, finally, when you join these two letters, this is a special shape it takes, which is called special combination. Likewise, I've got lam and I've got alif. I've got lam here. Sorry, I've got my lam here and I've got my alif. Okay? And I want to join these two letters. Alright? I want to join these two letters. So, one would think, okay, I'm going to go for. Is that okay? Is that okay? No, that's not okay. So, when you join lam and alif, it just takes a special combination, special shape, which is like this, what we can see on the board. Is that clear, brothers? Okay? So now we've got two letters here, lam and alif. And in the case of li ilafi, our first lam is taken a kasra. Sorry, our first lam is taken just a kasra, yeah? And first alif, and the alif is taken a kasra. That's why lam is taken a kasra, alif is taken a kasra. Okay? So we've got li e. No stretching, nothing. Li e. Okay? Li e. Is that clear, everyone? So one other thing, brothers, about Hamza, we've talked about this so many times. Hamza is one of those letters, it can come on its own or sometimes it needs to be carried. And in this case, what do you think? Hamza is being carried or is on its own? On its own? No. It's carried. Because our letter alif here. Yeah? What is the alif doing here? He's carrying Hamza. Okay? He is carrying Hamza. He's not on his own. Okay? So in this case, our Hamza is being carried. So we got li e. So no stretching, nothing. Li e. Okay? Is this clear, brothers? If we get more examples of special combinations, inshallah, we're gonna stop and analyze. Okay? So we got li ila fi Quraysh. Should we understood this bit here? Li ila, while lam is long. Alright? So ila is basically alif mad, alright? So alif mad is basically when you stretch a letter with the alif, okay? But in this case, rather than writing an alif here, we just put short alif, alright? Which is half the size of an alif, alright? So all we do is stretch it for two alifs, okay? Li ilafi Quraysh. Now, coming on to letter Ra, can everyone see the color has changed? Yeah? Does anybody know why? Okay, for now, what we know, but for now, what we're going to do, we don't want to go too much into the letter Ra, because that's a lesson on its own. When we get there, inshallah, we'll discuss it. For now, what I will tell you, that Ra, so in Arabic, there are some letters which are heavy letters, right? Tafkim. And then some letters which are tarqiq, which are soft letters, all right? So basically what happens when you're pronouncing heavy letters is that you raise your tongue, okay? Can anybody give me an example of a letter? Example of a letter? No, we come into full mouth in a bit, yeah, but example of a heavy letter. Example, I know we haven't done this chapter, but I thought somebody might make it. Okay, so very good. Sad, yeah, sad, yeah. Qaf, exactly, yeah, good. MashaAllah, qaf. So we will get to these lessons later, inshallah. I don't want to go too much into it, but just understanding what is heavy letters. So heavy letters are those letters where you have to raise your tongue, like sad, dad, ta, dha, qaf. Okay, you have to raise your tongue. And the other letters, like for example, yeah, kaf. This is lowness of your tongue. You don't raise your tongue. Okay, so but we need to know the difference when we're studying. So this letter Ra, the two letters, all right. For now, just remember this, very important, brothers. There are two letters, Ra and Lam. These are letters, so they can change from being heavy to soft, depending on the situation. Okay, so most of the letters, they are either heavy or soft, but two letters, Lam and Ra, depending on the situation, they can either be heavy or either be soft. Is this clear, brothers? So in this case, we got Ra with a fatha. So in this case, what it means that Ra is heavy, and you have to put bit pressure. Not pressure is simple understanding. You do Ra heavy, but we have a round mouth. Okay, so li'ilafi Quraysh. Okay, Quraysh. Okay, now this Ra. So when it's got a fatha, yeah, it's a what you call it is heavy. All right. So Quraysh, try and make the mouth round mouth. Okay. So but what's happened in this case? We also have a ya. Right, not on its own. Okay. So it's not just Ra on its own. You would easily make round mouth. It's no problem. Ra. You say Ra. For example, Alam tara. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل. Yeah, but in this case, our Ra, you've got another job to do. What's the other job, brothers? Yeah, it is at the same time joining onto Ya. So if you're joining onto Ya, what is happening? Quraysh. Okay, am I going to do any stretching here? What does everyone think? Okay, so now our Ya is orange color as well. Isn't it? So the Ya that's coming after Ra, is it orange color? It is orange color. If it's orange color, what does that mean? It is what? Come on, brothers, we've gone through this before. That means what are you going to do here? Stretching. Good, mashallah. Who said stretching? Good, mashallah. So it is mad again. But it is a mad, and it is also coming at the end of a ayah. So what does that mean? No stopping. So we are definitely stretching. Okay. So this one here, brothers, when the minute we see this here, we know that we are definitely stretching now. Okay. But we are stretching. That's fine. No problem. Yeah. But it is all the end of the ayah. If it's end of the ayah, how many stretches can I do? 2, 4 or 6. Remember? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Or Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Or Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay? It is a mad. If it comes in the end of an ayah, you could do 2 stretches, 4 stretches, 6 stretches. Who's got the choice? The reader got the choice. Okay? So you as a reader will decide what are you going to do? So we got a ya mad here, and we got the end of the ayah. So you as a reader, you're going to decide what you're going to do, 2, 4, or 6. So we could read this as Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, لإيلاف قريش, or لإيلاف قريش, or لإيلاف قريش. Okay? Got it, brothers? Is it clear? So you do the 2 stretches, 4 stretches, or 6 stretches. Alright? But you as a reader will decide that one. Alright? Alright? We know, I mean, but you have to do some stretch. Okay? 2, 4, 6. The other day, interesting, one of the students said to me, in this case, for example, okay, so apparently the student heard somebody reading Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay? Or in this case, for example, لِإِيلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ. Is it okay? What have I missed out completely? We completely missed out the letter Ya. So if I say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, is it okay? No. What have I missed out? There is a Ya. There is a Ya. Let's look at Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Just here. Okay? So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Him. So if I say him, which letter am I eating? Ya. Okay? So you can't say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. No. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. There is a Ya. Okay? So if you look at the Ya, Ha and Ya, if you're joining the 2, according to the rule of Mad, you should do 2 stretches anyway. Alright? 2 stretches anyway. But because of the end of a word, yeah, so you have the choice of doing 2, 4, or 6. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, or Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay? On your phone, or in the Quran or TV, just listen to any of the recitals. You will see everyone doing some sort of stretch. So this is very important, brothers. We have discussed it a few times, but also look at it again. Okay? So over here, what's happened here? We got a Ra joining onto here. So we said Quraysh, Quraysh, or Quraysh, or Quraysh. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? Okay. So now, just look at the meaning of the surah. So the name of the surah is Quraysh, right? Does anyone know what Quraysh is? Tribe, yeah? Yeah, which tribe is this one? Quraysh. Who comes from this tribe? Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Does anybody know in specific what is the name of the tribe? Within Quraysh? Banu Hashim. Good. Brothers, we need to know this. This is the identity of our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Even if you don't know your identity, that's fine. But we need to know about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Everything about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's life, from the time he was born to the time he passed away, we should have maximum knowledge. Yeah? Everything in our life has to be directed by how Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam lived, and what are the things that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam showed us, brothers. Yeah, this has to be very important. Okay? It is the grace and protection from Allah for the taming of Quraysh. Okay? Okay? It is the grace and protection from Allah. So in this verse, Allah is reminding the Quraysh, yeah, about the what? The favors that Allah has done for them, right? For the taming of Quraysh, in the sense that Allah looked after the Quraysh even before the coming of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? Remember? Does anybody remember this one? So before Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born, the Quraysh, they used to still look after the house of Allah. They used to look after the house of Allah. So nobody would do anything to harm them. Okay? Because when they used to go travel or anywhere, anything they used to do, they used to say that these people are the ones who looked after the house of Allah. Okay? So remember, brothers, even before, so the house of Allah, right? Who built it? Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. Okay? And what did Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam tell people to do? To worship Allah. Simple as that. Yeah, simple. Which is the message of all the messages. Simple as that. Nothing too complicated. Okay? Alright? And Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam taught people to worship God around the house of Allah. Alright? But at some point, what happened? Alright? The shaitan came and took the people away from the worship of Allah to the worship of idols. You know, idols. This is the very dangerous bit, brothers. But people used to still do the tawaf, but in the wrong way. So now the when Prophet ﷺ is here giving them the message of Islam, Allah is reminding the Quraysh about the favor that Allah has done. لِإِلَافِ Quraysh. It is the great and protection from Allah. They had special protection because these were the people who looked after the house of Allah. Okay? Is that clear, brothers? We're just looking at the meaning from the top. You know, we should have an understanding of the meaning. Okay? Very important, brothers. We need to know some bit of the meaning. Right? Imagine you go home and your son or your daughter says, that was the meaning of Surah Quraysh. And we like thinking, you should be able to give some answer. Right? This is what it is. And then you can, look deep into it. Okay? So now let's move on to second verse. إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. Okay. Now, the first one, a lot of the time, we get this. Okay? So can everyone see this one? E. Okay? So in this case, what is the first letter we got? Alif. Good. Alif is doing what? Is Alif on his own? Is he doing some other? He's helping somebody. He's carrying Hamza. Again, he's carrying Hamza. Okay? Remember, brothers, this is the golden rule. Alif by itself has no sound. Okay? We only pronounce Alif if it's got a Hamza. Okay? So, we, for kids understanding, if Alif is wearing its cap, we're going to pronounce it, which is Hamza. If it's not, it doesn't have its cap on, we're not going to pronounce it. So, in this case, does Alif has Hamza? Good. So, are we going to pronounce Alif? Yes. So, that's why we're going to say E. E. But now, what's come after that one? What is this symbol? So, anyone you know? So we got Alif here, we got this one, and then we got this special symbol here. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. So what is this symbol here? Short Alif? No, this is not short Alif. Short Alif is like this. It is Yamad. Okay? Maddu bil ya. Okay. So, for example, we'll go back to this classic example. Bakasra B. Okay. Now I want to make it longer. Ba ya kasra. What will happen in this case, brother? How am I going to pronounce this one? Ba ya kasra. B. Two alif long, yeah? What type of mud is this one? Yeah, sorry, brother? No, nothing to do with ikhfa. This is to do with mud. What type of mud is this one, brothers? We have learned this one. Whenever you stretch a letter with alif, waw, and ya, it's called natural mud. Okay? Natural mud or mud asli. Okay? So now what I've done, ba kasra was B, but I stretch it with ba ya kasra B, two alif long. Okay? This is very easy, brothers, very easy. We talked about it. This in English, for example, we talked about it. You don't stretch a letter. I went to school, you don't say like that. I went to, play, you don't do all that. Yeah? But in Arabic, you have to stretch and make things longer. Okay? So in this case, ba ya kasra B. Okay? So what's happened in this case, ba and ya, I could join them together. Was it a problem? No, there was no problem. Ba and ya are happy to join. Alright? But we got some letters, they don't like joining business. Alright? Can anybody help me? Which letters are they? Alif? Yeah? Dal, Zal, Ra, Za, and Waw. These are the letters, they do not join on to the next letter. Okay? They don't join on the next letter. So now, in this case, we have a situation. If you look at that one, we need alif to join with ya. Okay, it's a yamad. We want to make it longer. But now, can we do this? Can we do this? But is it looking nice? Is it looking nice? No, it's not looking nice. It's not. You can't do that. Alif does not join onto next letter. He's like, no joining business. Okay? He doesn't want to join. So now, this is the reason we need a special symbol, right? So that's why we come up with this new symbol. No, we didn't come up. The scholars of course, Tajweed come up with this new symbol, all right, which is like this. Okay? So this is basically ya, letter ya. And the only reason it is in this shape and not in this shape, all right, is because alif in this case doesn't want to join with ya. Okay? Alif do not join on to the next letter. He doesn't like the joining business. That's the reason he has a special symbol like this. Is this clear, brothers? Is it clear, brothers? Or everyone confused now? No one's confused, right? Okay, so that's why it's a yamad. This is a ya. This is a ya. But because alif does not join onto ya, yeah, that's why we're putting this special symbol. Okay, but when it comes to reading, okay, how many alif long? 2 alif long. Good, mashallah. Okay, all right. So no, okay, so okay, yeah, you can't say ya got sukun. So ya is basically doing the stretching business. Okay, so ya will have no symbol. Okay, ya will have no symbol in this case. Okay, so remember what we said. So for example, ba ya kasra, b, right? So ya does have a sukun, but we don't write it. Okay, because if you open the Quran and you will see some letters, for example, alif, waw, and ya, all right, in certain cases you will see these letters, all right. Technically, according to the books, yes, they have sukun, but if you see there is no symbols on them, and when you see there is no symbols on them, that means they are doing what? They are stretching. But if they have a fatha kasra dhamma on top, that means they are a letter. Is that clear, brothers? Okay. So, for example, if you see a letter ya, okay, like this, what is it doing? Is it a letter or is it doing stretching? Letter. Good, because you got a fatha kasra dhamma, yeah? But for example, in this case, what is it doing? Is it a letter or a thingy? It is doing a stretching job. Alright? It's doing a stretching job. So remember, brothers, alif, waw, and ya have switch role. There are 3 different roles. In this case, it is a letter because it's got a fatha, ya. But in this case, he's helping ya. Correct? Remember that one, very important, okay? So let's move on quickly, inshallah. We're going to try and finish the surah. Okay, so ila fihim. Okay, so la again, after lam, we got a short alif. So what are we going to do? Stretch it. How many alifs? 2 alif. Good, mashallah. So ila. Okay, so if you're doing your e is 2 alif long, la is going to be 2 alif long as well. Okay, so ila. Okay, fihim rihlatash shita'i was sayf. Okay, now rihla, something interesting to note here. All right, okay, inshallah, what's happened in this case? Rihla tashita. Oh my God, what have I not pronounced? Alif, and I didn't pronounce the lam. Okay, 2 letters are skipped. Does anybody know why? Huruf shamsiya. Good, mashallah. So huruf shamsiya. Okay, so huruf shamsiya, because, all right, so A, look at this alif here. What is our golden rule? Remind me, everyone. We only pronounce alif when it's got hamza. It's got hamza on top here. Nah, this is another hamza which is called hamzatul wasl. We're not going to go into that one for now. This is Hamzatul Wasl. But because it hasn't got the Hamza that we know, we're not going to pronounce this one. We're going to skip it. Okay? And then we got Lam. The Huruf al-Shamsiyah. When you have Huruf al-Shamsiyah, you don't pronounce the Lam. And when you have Huruf al-Qamariyah, you pronounce the Lam. Okay? So in this case, Huruf al-Shamsiyah. But does anybody know how would I identify Huruf al-Shamsiyah? Does anybody know? How would I know it's Huruf al-Shamsiyah or Huruf al-Qamariyah? Shadda. Good, mashallah. So this letter will have a Shadda. Okay? And what do you call, in Qamariyah, this letter will have a Sukun. Okay? So for example, Al-Qamaru. Yeah? And then in this case, Ash-Shamsu. So in this case, brothers, what we're going to do? We're going to read as Rihlata-shita. Okay? So Alif and Lam we are skipping. Ta is falling onto the Sheen. Okay? So you can't read Rihlata-ash-shita. Can we do that one? No, we can't do Rihlata ash-shita. Anna brothers is getting, inshallah, we see how we're going to try and finish it. We've got one more line, inshallah. Rihlata ash-shita'i. By the way, shita'i. Okay, so now we got here. Where's that one, everyone? Remind me. Come on, so we got, what have we got here? Mad. Good, mashallah, mad. Okay, is it a normal mad or is it just, is it? Longer mad. It's a longer one, yeah? And how do I know it's a longer mad? From this symbol here, remember? That's a mad symbol. Okay, so it's a mad symbol. It's telling you, it's waving at you to say it has to be longer. Longer than 2 alif. Remember what we said, our 2 alif? Okay, so this, for example, so we got ba here, right, brothers? Yeah? I stretch it with alif, okay? Ba alif fatha, ba, ba alif fatha, ba. But this is how many alif long? 2 alif long. Okay? But now anything that goes more than 2 alif, alright? Yeah, then it is either 4 or 6. But there's nothing to worry about because there will be a symbol like this. Okay? Which means that it can either be 4 or 6 alif long. So let's have a look at this one. So in this case, we've seen the symbol. So we definitely know it's either 4 or 6. Okay? Now I'm, so for example, confused. Oh my God, is it 4 or is it 6? How do I know? Can anyone answer? We've taken this. Come on, brothers. We've taken this in our last lesson. So we see the mad symbol. Yeah, we know it's 4 or 6. But how do I know it's 4 or 6? What will tell me? No, nothing. No, it's not the end of the ayah. There is so many other letters there. This one is the end of ayah. Okay, this is not the end of. It's in the middle of the ayah. Okay. Size of the mud.
If you got a bigger one, you stretch it 5 times. This one is like the smaller one. Give you 3 times.
No, the symbol of mud. All of them are the same size, but there is a differentiation in color. Some have got red. Bright red, and some has got what you call maroon red, blood color red. But that's fine. The differentiation in color, the size of the mud is the same, is the difference in the color. But apart from that, brothers, we need to know, how do I know? If say for example there was no colors in the Quran, how would I know?
Normally in the Arabic, they do same size, but in like India, Pakistan, make it bigger or smaller.
Bigger or smaller, okay.
Size.
Okay, so alright, I'm not 100% about the sizes, but now that you said, yeah, I will have a look, right? But the rule is, whenever you see the symbol of mud, okay, so whenever you see the symbol of mud, simple rule, brothers, yeah, this is the symbol of mud. I don't like to use red color all the time. So this is the symbol of mud, okay? After the symbol of mud, if you get a hamza, yeah, it is 4 alif. After the symbol of mud, if you got a shadda, it is 6 alif long. Okay? Got it, brothers? So for example, sha'a, sha'a, sha'a. Okay? That's why we had, okay, 4 alif long. After the symbol, after the stretching, we got a hamza. Okay, and then in this case, after the symbol of mad, we got shadda. Can anyone give me an example from Surah Fatiha? Good, mashallah, barakallah fi. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. So after the mad symbol, we had a shadda. Okay, remember this one, brothers. Okay, this is a very, very common example. Inshallah, we're coming to the end of the surah. We just got one more verse to do, inshallah. We've got two more verses to do. Inshallah, what we're going to do, brothers, we're going to finish at verse 2, inshallah. And next week, we're going to take verse 3 and 4, inshallah. Not a problem. I'm happy that we do progress, even if it's little bit, inshallah, rather than taking lots of stuff and then not be able to explain it all or finish it all. So we're going to finish with this verse, inshallah. So in this case, okay, we got رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. Now comes the next question. Alright? This is what type of mad is this? Is it a compulsory mad or is it an optional mad? Compulsory. It's compulsory. Because it is within a word, right? Then we have no choice. We have to do 4 alif long. Correct? We have to do 4 alif long. For example, if it's end of a word, starting of a new word, for example, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ or قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. Okay, that's an option there. But in this case, we don't have option. Okay, رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ. How many alif long? 4 alif long. Good, mashallah. Brothers, try and answer, okay? Even if you get it wrong, no problem. But there's a way to learn, okay? And for me to understand if you understood the lesson, okay? Correct? So, رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. Okay, so now what's happened in this case? The same rule again, yeah? Same rule again. So what happened? رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. So in this case, we skip the alif, skip the lam. Okay? We skip the lam. Okay? And we went straight into letter Sad. Okay? And then when we come into Sad, why is this one? Brothers, help me please. Stretching, good. Stretching, and what's the other thing about it? End of an ayah. Okay? So if it's a stretching, it's either going to be 2 alif long, alright, providing it's natural mad. Yeah? And if it's an end of an ayah, then you have the choice of 2, 4, 6. Remember, so this when I come to here, come over here. رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ or رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ or رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. Okay? So this depends. If you started here with 2, over here you should have 2. Okay? There should be uniformity in reading the Quran. If you started here with 4, you ended here with 4, Quraysh, what should happen over here? Saif. Okay? 4 alif long. If you decided, now I'm going to do Quraysh, what's going to happen here? Saif. Correct? You have to keep the uniformity. You can't be like, okay, let me finish Quraysh with 2, and then I'm coming to Wasaif. I'm like, I'm going to do, maybe I'm going to do 4. Is it okay? No, this is not beauty. No, this is not beauty in reading the Quran. Okay? Because we have to make sure that there is beauty in reading the Quran and uniformity in reading the Quran. Okay? So, let's look at the meaning of this verse, and inshallah we're going to finish. And with all those Allah's grace, protection for their taming, because the Quraysh caravan to set forth safe in winter to the south and in summer to the north without any fear. Okay, so the translation, brothers, it's somebody's work, but it's not giving the feeling. It's not giving the feeling, So for that we need to learn the Quran. We need to know Arabic language, but we'll try and understand. إِلَفِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. So the Quraysh, the people of the Quraysh, they used to make 2 important journeys. Okay, in winter time, yeah, where did they go? Does anyone know? Syria and Yemen. Yeah. So Syria and Yemen. Yes, these are the 2 places. So I think the winter time they used to go Yemen, and summertime they used to go Syria, right? And they used to buy goods from there and bring it to Makkah and then sell. So, but when they used to go with their caravan, okay, but does anybody know what's caravan? Okay.
Going for trade and for place to place.
Okay. So, for example, now we're going to finish this quickly, brothers. Yeah, another 2 minutes or so. So now, for example, I decide now today I'm going to go Manchester. All right. I'm going to go in my car. Yeah. Can I call it a caravan? Maka, I'm going in the car. Sure. I know they travel in camel, but I put all my goods. I mean, I put my personal belongings, and I'm going to go Manchester now. Can I call it a caravan?
Basically, you're doing individual journeys. Caravans are like a
Group of people. Does it need to include anything else? Okay. Say for example, I'm a businessman. Okay. I deal in. Give me something. I deal in fans. Okay. I deal in fans. Okay. So I'm going to go Manchester now with a lot of fans. Yeah. And I'm going to sell it over there. Can I call? I loaded up my car with fans. Can I call it caravan? Why not?
I think you can.
You can. It can be a caravan. Yes. So when a person travels with his goods, yeah, it's a caravan. Okay. So now if I load my car with all this because I deal in fans, I'm going to be selling fans in Manchester, for example. And if I'm traveling with my goods, then it is. But if I'm traveling with my family, can I call it caravan? No. If I'm traveling with my books, can I call it caravan? No. So remember this difference. Whenever somebody travels with their goods, it's called caravan. So they used to make these two important journeys, which are very important for Makkah, right? In terms of their trade, in terms of their booming and everything, all those things. And Allah protect them. Nobody would touch them or do anything to them because they are the people who looked after the house of Allah. What about other caravans? Did they get attacked? Yes, they got attacked. So when they were going on journeys, somebody used to attack them, take all their goods and go away. Right? But these people of Quraysh, that special protection from Allah. And Allah is reminding them, look how much favor Allah has done for you. And now you got the Prophet of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asking you to accept Islam. And what are you doing with him? Yeah? You're torturing him. You're not listening to his message. You're making fun of it. You're killing the Sahabas radiallahu anhum. You're torturing them. Alright? So inshallah, there's in the next verse, verse number 3 and verse number 4, Allah, there's a command. There's a command that's going to come from Allah in verse number 3 and verse number 4, inshallah, which we're going to try and understand in the next lesson, inshallah. Anyone got any question on this, brothers, before we finish? No question? Okay, so with this, inshallah, we're going to finish. Wa akhidana alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Okay, brothers, I need everyone to